मैं चाहता हूँ कि मेरे घर पे कोई मेहमान आए. I don't believe only on my bosses. I also believe on my colleagues below me. More than 40 plus years, 4 decades back, मैं भैया आपके दुकान में आया हूँ सवेरे सवेरे धंधे के लिए. Selling there a machine was not that easy. I had to tell a blunt lie, and that will take you long way. People will say that I come from a 1947 background. Open and listen and take feedback. I used to travel 20-25 days a month. You talk of Czech, Romania, Austria, Poland, the third largest credit card company back in the US. Yes, 6 months I was without a job. So Java I know only bikes. Whereas I don't know, Java or J2E. But then handling my team was my biggest challenge. When the real time comes in, the true person wins the race. 100 kilometers moped rally, got the first prize. So luckily both my numbers, I got one was 43, one was 44. In 85, there's nothing but a loan system. That time RX 100 cost me 14,850. I'm not a Shah Rukh Khan fan. Jab tak hai jaan, wo meri hai jaan. Current generation Z.
So we have one of our favorite guests and a great personality with us today. He's Mr. Prakash Iyer. Welcome sir.
Thanks Ajinkya.
And आज हम यहाँ पे आपसे आपका अभी तक का जो लाइफ रहा है और उसमें आपके जो एक्सपीरियंसेस रहे हैं जो आपको बहुत प्रिय हैं या फिर बहुत अच्छे से आप जिनको आज भी याद करते हो, ऐसे हमको कुछ आपके एक्सपीरियंसेस के बारे में जानना है. और शुरुआत करते हैं तो हमें आप अपने बचपन के बारे में बताइए, कुछ ऐसा जो आज तक आप नहीं भूले हैं.
Ajinkya, I want to thank you and your entire team. आप लोग ने जो मेहनत लिया है, आज मेरे सब बुड्ढे को पहचान करने में आप लोग ने याद किया. आई एम वेरी थ्रिल्ड एंड हैप्पी कि आई एम अ विडोवर. तो मैं चाहता हूँ कि मेरे घर पे कोई मेहमान आए.
हाँ.
आप लोग मेरे घर पे मेहमान बोल के आए. आई फील सो हैप्पी.
थैंक यू सर.
कि आज 4 लोग से बात करने के लिए. और प्लस मेरे जो सो कॉल्ड फ्रेंड्स जो वीडियो देख रहे हैं, वो मुझे उनसे बात करने के लिए आई कैन शेयर माई एक्सपीरियंसेस.
करेक्ट.
आज मैं 41 years ऑफ माई एक्सपीरियंस अक्रॉस द इंडस्ट्री.
करेक्ट.
मैं आप लोगों को शेयर कर सकता हूँ, प्लस माई पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस.
एग्जैक्टली.
सो जैसा अजिंक्य ने पूछा मेरा पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस, तो पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस में मैं सीधा साधा बोलता हूँ. काफी लोग होंगे और काफी लोग नहीं भी होंगे. तो 50-50 होगा. When it comes to education, I got nothing great to say about myself. ओपनली बोलता हूँ मैं. मेरे को कोई शर्म नहीं है. I was a backbencher. स्कूल में हो, कॉलेज में हो. I was studied from Ferguson, Symbiosis, St. Ursula's. All I was a backbencher.
Okay.
I've never been a great student. मैं मानता हूँ मेरे पापा से मैंने काफी मार खाया. मैं ओपनली बोलता हूँ. But yes, when I got into my professional career, and when they used to ask me, please share with me your educational background and personal background. So I used to openly tell them, friends, when it comes to educational background and this, I got nothing great to talk of. If you're going to shortlist me on that basis, you can cut me out now.
नहीं, but
on my professional front, there's nothing less than distinguishing.
Correct.
That is where I can strongly vouch for, and my bosses and my colleagues below. So, I don't believe only on my bosses, I also believe on my colleagues below me.
Correct.
So, they all vouch for me. Keeping that in mind is where I would say, yeah, if they respect me, and this respect is not out of being a boss, it is out of developing that respect in yourself. And that's where I strongly believe in. And to all my future leaders, you being a leader, you can't be throwing a weight around saying that I'm a boss. It doesn't happen that way, friends.
Correct.
It is, you have to develop that respect, and that's where I may not be 100% true.
Right.
There may be, but still 70 to 80% of my colleagues have respected me and taken it forward from me. Thanks, Ajinkya. Up to that, I hope I've responded to all your queries on the first half of that.
No, you did. But what we want to know is, how it all started. तुमचं म्हणजे how आपने कैसा शुरुआत किया, rather than coming back to that.
So, Ajinkya, let me tell you one thing. I started my career. It has been more than 40 plus years, 4 decades back.
Right.
I started my career in 4th of June 1984 with HCL. I joined that organization as a junior sales executive.
Okay.
Selling photocopiers, fax machines, and electronic typewriters.
Okay.
I grew up in that company, and that was my first professional company. I went through n number of trainings, which helped me to understand and how to pitch in and everything. Right. And how to be customer centric and also pitch in to a new customer.
Correct.
So that combination helped me a lot, and I will say hats off to HCL into bracket network.
Okay.
Is the company's name that time. We are still under Anil Dang. That's where I grew up. There is a stage where I reached the India level top in 1988. In sales.
Okay.
So these are some of my great success stories and my growth in my sales life.
Okay. So, आपका start हुआ sales से, and
yes. How? So for 17 years, Ajinkya, let me tell you one thing. I started with office automation, which was purely personal selling. Okay. Then I moved into consumer durable sales. Achha. So I got a great opportunity with Whirlpool. Whirlpool had just come into India. Achha. They hired me as a branch in charge.
Wow.
So that time I will still respect John Aramadam, who comes from Pepsi. Achha. And who was my GM sales, and Prasad, who comes from Coke. Okay. S. Prasad, who comes from Coke. They trained me on the basics of, handling my dealers, which I was not aware of. Achha. But yes, coming in from an office automation industry to a consumer durable line, dealing with dealers had to be harsh. Correct. Though, if I could I walk in and saying, good morning, sir, and all, my dealers is not even respect me. वो नहीं चलता sales में. Correct. In sales of consumer durables, I had to be absolutely a hardcore person. Right. मैं भैया आपके दुकान में आया हूँ सवेरे सवेरे धंधे के लिए. बराबर. और कोई गपशप लड़ने के लिए नहीं आया. So that is the language which I had to turn from office automation to here. So correct. That is a huge change for me as an individual. Right. It was not that easy. Correct. Wearing a tie in HCL and moving on and speaking to my clients, and then suddenly moving in and speaking to my dealers saying, "Arey bhaiya, ye kya hota hai?" It was a huge change. So that taught me a lot. Okay. Yes, Ajinkya. I hope I have answered your question.
Yes, बिल्कुल. तो मैं भी बस यही जानना चाहता हूँ कि मतलब आपका एक अप्रोच रहा होगा या एटीट्यूड रहा होगा, बट देन स्टेपिंग इनटू सेल्स एज द फर्स्ट जॉब, तो उसमें आपको कितना डिफिकल्ट हुआ था पहला सेल करने के लिए, या फिर जैसा आप बोल रहे हो यू स्टार्टेड ऑफ विद HCL.
You asked me and nailed me at the right point. When I joined HCL to sell my first photocopier or electronic typewriter, I was given as a junior sales executive given Bosri. Okay. People who know Bosri, right, in Pune. Yes. So, it was in MIDC industrial belt. Correct. Selling there a machine was not that easy. Achha. I used to be thrown out many times. 80% of the time I used to be thrown out. But then finally I managed to get some sales in some key organizations. And from there I took it forward. And my boss, Julius Almeida, I will still not forget him, who's now based in Canada. He taught me and he said, Taki, you can do it.
Right.
So my pet name back in network was Taki. Network and still was Taki. Taki, you can do it. And that's where for example, I can give a very strong example. Firex cables. The lady was not ready to entertain anybody from HCL. For nearly 3 months, at the security guard itself used to throw me out. So one day, I had to tell a blunt lie. I said, Madam ne mere ko appointment diya hai. And then I walked in. I made my gate pass and I walked in. And I got my first sale.
Wonderful.
That is where my boss taught me. So these are some of my basics which I give my due respect to my bosses who taught me how to get into that. You'll be thrown out n number of times.
At times.
But then never give up in life. And that is what has taught me. And today, coming in from a sales background and then later on my first half of my career of 17, 18 years in sales and moving into operations, I think that helped me to understand and be very positive about me attacking my client or pushing my client and getting business. That's my main purpose. Let's accept one fact very truly, guys. We are all here to develop business. And the existing business to continue with that. We are not here to, let's not lie about that thing. So that's one thing. And today, the current generation, I want to communicate this to my current generation friends, whom I love. You all are very tech savvy. I may not be tech savvy in par with you all. But then the fact that we are tech savvy, please use that as an advantage. But then, don't lose touch of your existing customers or your prospective customers. And that will take you long way, mind you. That's my say, because I worked till now, till the age of 60, nearly 65 I've worked. So I've known that, so people will say that I come from a 1947 background. But then I'm very confidently saying that, friends, please forget that thing. I've dealt with people from the current generation also. So please be open. Open and listen and take feedback. Whereas I've seen a lot of including my own relatives, youngsters, they're not open to feedback. Uncle, we'll go by ourselves. But then, that doesn't last long. Please go by what we say. Thank you. That's all which I want to say, Ajinkya.
बिल्कुल. अगला मैं ये जानना चाहता हूँ प्रकाश सर कि you moved from sales to IT. कितना मुश्किल, कितना आसान रहा, उसका आपको क्या याद है, ऐसा स्पेसिफिक कुछ?
Yes, I can very confidently say that, because see, I was working with Club Mahindra as a DGM heading the North Zone. Then I moved into the IT business development. I was handling Eastern Europe. I used to travel 20-25 days a month. Okay, you talk of Czech, Romania, Austria, Poland, all that market and the Indian market. But then so that's where I'm one person who strongly believes in my colleagues, whether it is upline or downline. I don't differentiate that. So some of my colleagues said, sir, you will be a great people's person. And BPO, that time, I'm talking about 2004, BPO or so-called as call centers used to believe in people management, leadership. But then, when I decided to move on from my sales to this, not easy. Let me make it very clear. I still recollect November 2004.
हाँ.
December, I went through interviews in number of places in the BPO world.
अच्छा.
I went and I got, even offer letters as an associate to take calls. I was ready to take calls.
अच्छा.
I am my personal friend. Let me tell you one thing. My wife, who's no more now,
Okay.
so she was
Sorry.
deadly against me.
अच्छा.
Bringing down my level.
हाँ.
But I said, forget it. This is for my purpose. So, and then I want to thank BPO, who gave me an opportunity, and that too with one of the toughest processes called Dell. So,
Okay.
those days in 2004, people used to, when I was going through the induction and many of my associates who had been hired for Dell, they say, sir, why did you join Dell? Because it had 18 metrics.
Okay.
And the client is sitting in the premises. And
Okay.
that's where it taught me the entire thing. And I would want to thank Wipro to have hired me for Dell. I will never forget Upendra Singh, Srijit Rajapan,
Okay.
who groomed me on that thing.
Right.
And then, though I had to come down on my designation from a country head to a senior manager in Wipro BPO.
Okay.
And in 6 months flat, I became an AVP. And leave about Dell, I was handling British Petroleum logistic process, and I was also given the opportunity to handle Capital One, which is the third largest credit card company back in the US.
अच्छा.
With 92 people, I grew it up to about 580 people. So these are some of my great success stories, I can strongly say. So people management. And then because I come from a sales background, I knew how to handle clients.
Correct. Correct.
Of course,
That was an added.
the clients here were the US clients.
Okay.
But that intermediate stage of 4.5 years working with an IT company helped me to understand what my
Client needs or
client needs of outside India.
Okay.
That's what helped me big time. And that's where this being my biggest success story, which helped me a lot in Wipro. And from there, my journey started off.
Okay.
From 2004, December, I joined Wipro. And from there, took it forward and I grew up. I've moved into, so my client recommended my name, Dell recommended my name to a company called Sutherland in Mumbai. I was working with them for 2 years.
Okay.
But then, yes, now here, I will say one strong thing. It is not an entire thing, it's not a success story. And unfortunately, that time in 2010, when your entire
market crash
big time, I was without a job. I'm open to say that.
Okay.
But then, one of my ex-colleagues, he recommended my name to a company in Philippines, Manila, and I joined them as a director of operations.
Wonderful.
And from there, it took forward.
Great.
But then, these are some of the things. Yes. So, it is not a success story all through. Prakash will never say, I had a success story all through. I had my own ups and downs.
Yes.
And I'm very open to say that.
मुझे एक और क्वेश्चन आ रहा था कि you transitioned from sales to IT, right?
Yeah.
So, तब ऐसी कोई सिचुएशन थी और was it your own decision? मतलब कुछ provoke
So, Ajinkya, this is a very nice question you asked. When I got interviewed in this IT company for business development, I said, where do I stand?
Okay.
Yes, I got a very strong sales background.
Correct.
Because I come from a office automation industry to consumer durable to automobile industry to concept selling like Club Mahindra.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
All said and done. But where do I come from? So that's where the director of that company said, Prakash, I'm sure you have taken a home loan or a car loan. So what is the entire process of your loan process?
Achha.
Understand the domain. We don't want you to understand. So when he said, on the lighter side, when he said, Java, I said, boss, Java, because I'm a biker. Those days. So Java, I know only bikes. Whereas, I don't know, Java or J2E.
Correct.
So So he started laughing. I said, that's the fact of me. So he said, you don't understand, I have to understand the bike. You have to understand the domain. How did your process go for your loan process?
Okay.
So those days, loan boarding, loan management, those days there is nothing called as ECS.
Huh. Correct.
It was all post-date check management.
Okay.
And then your collections. So when it goes to collection, you have the bucket 1, bucket 2, bucket 3.
Achha.
So if the customer doesn't pay the first time, second time he pays, third time, and then they'll start following up with you.
Okay.
But there's a mix of that. So that's where I got the opportunity to handle Eastern European market. And I'm very happy. And then back in India, because see, if I talk of Eastern European market, yes, I did some sales. But if you talk of the Indian market, SDFC entire credit card solution is what in a place called Chandivali, which is their IT head of SDFC.
Achha.
I sold the entire credit card solution.
Okay.
So that I can very proudly say. So these are something which has been my success story.
Huh.
But one of the reasons which I got a little frustrated was moving out of the IT industry was because the sales process is very, very long.
Huh.
So there is no monthly target.
Achha.
This will be quarterly or annually or yearly, half-yearly target.
Achha.
Whereas I come from a monthly target business.
Okay.
This month you perform, you don't perform, let us know.
Correct. So sales में monthly target होता था and IT में was not monthly target.
No. So that was a little frustrating. It was a long process. And that's where I said, okay. Plus, to top it up, my ex-colleague said, sir, you will fit in very well in the BPO world.
Achha.
And that's where I started my journey into the BPO world. And today, I will say, no two ways about that thing, no regrets about that thing. I think I did the right step of moving from the sales to BPO because handling clients, handling my teams back in sales.
Correct.
So the team size in sales is smaller compared to the BPO world, where it be 1,700, 400 people and all is different. The last assignment of 3,018 people, accepted. But then it is not here, it is not a number game.
Correct.
But then handling those people.
Correct.
This is what I thought I had that expertise. So my friends, and then when I got in, I used my best practice of my previous organization, and then from there I took it forward.
People management, sales, everything come in picture.
Because see, handling a client was, for me, after joining the BPO world, was a easy thing. Whether it is a Indian customer or a US customer. It is a very small thing. But then handling my team was my biggest challenge. I will not say it is not a challenge. I will not say it is not a challenge. It was a big challenge. All youngsters.
Correct. Different approach of life.
Youngsters who are undergraduates, graduates.
Yes.
So it's not an easy thing to handle them.
Correct.
They had their own egos, this and all, which those days, I used to always recollect myself of what I was.
Right.
I joined the organization, any industry was with after graduation. Because undergraduates having so much. But the BPO world was such. But then I got along very well with them. I think I started mingling with them. And that's where helped me understand what they were looking forward for.
Correct.
And then there are many people whom I mentored and they've grown up in the industry.
Correct.
Even now, I'm very happy. I'm a very social media person. I'm very active on social media, whether it's Insta or Facebook.
Yes.
So I appreciate my colleagues who are doing very well, either in India or globally.
Yes.
I'm very happy for them. God bless them.
Exactly. नहीं सर, मैं आपके पोस्ट देखता रहता हूँ. Usually I follow you. So you really do wish great to the people who are doing good in their life. I truly know that. और उसके बाद हम जैसा आपने BPO करियर स्टार्ट किया एंड यू आर वेरी हैप्पी अबाउट इट दैट कि आपने वो स्टार्ट किया, आपने BPO सेक्टर ज्वाइन किया. उसमें आपका ऐसा कहीं इंटरेक्शन किसी से हुआ होगा, हीटेड इंटरेक्शन या फिर वेरी गुड इंटरेक्शन, ईदर ऑफ इट, कि मतलब आपको जो ऐसा याद है आज
So
तक?
Ajinkya, so I have had see in any industry, whether it is BPO or sales,
ओके
I've been one person who's been very open.
ओके, हाँ,
Okay, so I used to have my own clashes with my immediate bosses
अच्छा,
in different forms.
जस्ट द वे ऑफ वर्किंग की वजह से?
Absolutely,
हाँ,
it's purely professional, nothing to do with personal. Here I should not link it with personal thing. So
मतलब लोग पर्सनल
I
वजह
should-
कभी नहीं थे?
Yeah, and I should tell my boss at the end of the day, this argument I should say, boss, there's nothing personal. But then that's me.
प्रोफेशनल डिसएग्रीमेंट? हाँ हाँ,
Ha ya ha, na to na.
Correct.
Whether like me or not, that's your problem. That's me. Probably, I would have grown much beyond this.
एग्जैक्टली।
If I had said I've been a yes sir all through, no,
हाँ,
I would have been much ahead of me.
उसमें से मुझे एक क्वेश्चन आ रहा था कि हाउ गुड इट इज टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट और वेरी अपफ्रंट इन द
So
कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड की।
see, I think let me tell you one thing. I don't know what the current industry post 20, 25, 26 is, but then those days, for few people, yes, being very straightforward, it initially you take a dip.
करेक्ट
I'm not saying no.
करेक्ट
You take a dip.
करेक्ट,
The person who is saying yes sir to everything,
हाँ,
that person gets his upgrade.
प्रोग्रेस इज फास्ट, यस, वो तो
You may take one step down,
हाँ,
no harm, but then you process ahead, and then going ahead, when the real time comes in, the true person wins the race in
Exactly.
all aspects,
एग्जैक्टली,
because he knows to handle the downline reportees and handle the clients.
करेक्ट,
Whereas a person who's saying yes sir for everything, for that moment on his personal portfolio and everything, a man will grow up.
करेक्ट,
But then there may be a few, I'm not saying no,
राइट,
who would have grown up beyond that also, but then that's my approach. I would say purely from my experience, Anjali.
एग्जैक्टली,
So I don't want to comment about anybody
एनीबॉडी एल्स, राइट,
on the
नहीं, बस मुझे वही जानना था कि
Yes.
मतलब व्हाट डू यू थिंक
सही पूछा आपने.
कि वो सही होगा अप्रोच या
नहीं,
फिर
नहीं,
ऐसा थोड़ा सा?
नहीं, अजिंक्य ये क्या मानेगा, अजिंक्य आप में वो जो ताकत होगा,
हाँ,
कि भैया आज मैं सीधा साधा बोलूँ,
हाँ,
सुनने का रहेगा तो सुनेगा, नहीं सुनेगा नहीं, ठीक है, 1-2 साल पीछे रहेगा, 2 साल के बाद में अपने आप आगे जाएगा,
करेक्ट,
बिकॉज यू हैव द क्वालिटीज.
हाँ, वो लीडरशिप क्वालिटीज जो होती है वो वैसे ही डेवलप होती है, अदरवाइज नहीं होगी.
तो वो क्वालिटीज है ही आपने.
हाँ,
तो शायद 1-2 साल पहले
स्टेप बैक
Whereas एक आपके सामने जो
हाँ,
सार्थक शायद यस बॉस बोल के आगे गया. अजिंक्य प्रकाश सुनने वाला नहीं आदमी,
हाँ,
हम लोग हमारे हिसाब से चलेंगे, ऐसा होता है. शायद सार्थक मेरे आगे 2 साल पहले वीपी बन गया,
हाँ,
नहीं 2 साल के बाद में वीपी बनेगा, बट मैं जो वीपी बनेगा, मैं अपना पूरा,
हाँ,
I've got my rights in all aspects, I've understood the entire process.
करेक्ट. मतलब जब पीछे देखेंगे मुड़ के कि मैंने सही किया या नहीं किया, तो हम यही सब देख पाएंगे कि हाँ मैंने सही किया उस समय.
So आप because see, when you're growing up the ladder,
हाँ,
you have to teach your colleagues below you.
बराबर.
So they have to say, अच्छा प्रकाश भैया, तो ये सर होके तू ऊपर नहीं गया, तो मैं भी प्रकाश भैया को ये सर होके मैं भी ऊपर जाएगा. नहीं होता,
नहीं होता.
पर नहीं, प्रकाश भैया तो 2 साल पीछे रह गया, सार्थक भैया तो आगे गया, सॉरी सार्थक भैया, दो आगे गया, यस सर होके आगे गया, ये तो 2 साल पीछे बाद में बढ़ा. बट देन
हाँ,
आई बिल्ड माई फाउंडेशन.
करेक्ट.
आगे किसने बहस किया, तो आई कैन टेल देम, बॉस, दिस इज वे
स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड
द इंडस्ट्री. इफ यू वांट टू agreed,
नहीं
see, yeah, there will always be a percentage of people who say no. मैं yes sir बोलते मैं आ गया.
इजी वे अराउंड.
हाँ, तो वो शॉर्टकट करने वाले काफी लोग होते हैं. मैं ना नहीं बोलता हूँ. आई एम वेरी ओपन ऑन दैट.
करेक्ट.
Then there are some jokers into brackets like me who will say no and go buy the route and then grow up there. Probably that's where at the end of the day, even in TCS, I became a GM. Last company, Valerie D'Souza, who gave me the opportunity to become a vice president. I really appreciate them and my entire team. So I appreciate them. But then, ठीक है यार, somewhere I feel उसके आगे I didn't have the qualities to go ahead. To become a CEO or COO also. I did not have the qualities. So शायद I'm lacking some qualities in me. Let's accept the fact that I'm lacking some qualities. मैं ये नहीं बोल सकता कि मैं सब जानता हूँ.
मैं सब कर सकता. हाँ, correct.
Sorry, I can't. I don't know this यार. Probably I'm taking one step down and then I have to take it that step by step.
Correct.
This is my limit. इसके आगे I can't go ahead. Let's accept that fact. Don't very say that, oh, I've got so many years of experience, I should be the CEO and COO. Bullshit.
Not required. Not required. And
all can't be the CEOs and CEOs because that. Just, I'm saying that, from a, I would not say experience, but then I've seen some of my dad's junior colleagues.
Okay.
Who are too straightforward. And they remain a foreman for lifelong.
अच्छा.
Whereas their colleagues, yes sir, बोल के आगे गए. ठीक है. I'm not saying, but that's me. ठीक है. I've taken it's been a hit on me.
हाँ.
But then I'm happy with it.
हाँ.
And today I'm a retired person. I'm happy with whatever I've achieved in my life.
Correct.
Yes. So, yes, going forward also, if I want to take up a job, going forward in the future companies, wherever, I'm one person who's very clear and very practical and transparent.
Correct.
If people are ready to accept me, that's me, as Prakash Iyer. Exactly. If you don't want me, if you want more very diplomatic people, sorry. Thank you.
बिल्कुल. Thank you, sir. Thank you. और मैंने ये भी पढ़ा है और जानता हूं मैं आपके बारे में कि आपको बाइक का बेहद शौक है और शुरुआत करते हैं उस बात से कि आपने पुणे शहर की सबसे पहली RX 100 खरीदी थी. वो आप थे. You are the first owner.
So that is okay. That's my you can say hobby or passion.
हाँ.
So in 84, I had taken my dad's TVS 50 and I participated in a 100 kilometers moped rally. And I got the first prize.
Wow.
That's where my friends all pumped me. Saying, Taki, we can take it forward. From there, those days, there's no Japanese bikes. Then I had my own, I was in sales, I had my Bajaj Super.
Okay.
With the Bajaj Super, I did sales at hill climb. I did Solarem track racing.
Okay.
I did those things. But my main purpose is not number 1, number 2, number 3. To complete the race.
अच्छा. तो मतलब आपको पार्टिसिपेट करना अच्छा लगता था ज्यादा.
उसके बाद में 85 में when the first Japanese bikes came in RX 100. So I done a booking for those days booking था. So 500 rupees ka you have to pay token amount.
अच्छा.
So I paid 500 rupees. Thinking that priority number because it was those days and those days ka computer ka whatever it's daily thing. I'm talking 85 में computer इसमें क्या number आएगा मालूम नहीं. So मेरा 1000 रुपए I spent. So luckily both my numbers I got one was 43, one was 44. So I had gone to I'm a Pune. So in Pune, Amprex showroom in Riches and Vakredi. I got to that fellow. That fellow said, he realized I'm a young kiddo. Said, डोंट वरी भैया, एक ट्रक में 45 बाइक्स आता है.
हाँ.
तो 42 भी है, 44 भी है, दोनों बाइक आए.
हाँ.
So then I said, okay, great. So one of my very close friend who was after me said, ताकि आपके दो बुकिंग का ये ठीक है. So that time I capitalized on that thing. Instead of 500, I took from 1,000 rupees on first of all, because I needed that money. And mind you, in 85, there's nothing but a loan system.
Correct.
I had saved my entire money through my sales incentive in HCL.
Okay.
I was falling short. That time, my RX 100 cost me 14,850. I still have to correct. 85 June. I was falling short of 2,000 rupees. My younger brother, who's a gold medalist, as I said, he was working in Bayato, so I borrowed from him 2,000 rupees. He was getting 2,600 rupees, but he still saved very, very clearly. So I borrowed from him 2,000 rupees, and then I paid, and I got my bike 14,850. I'll never forget that.
Badhiya.
After that, what I spent on my bike, leave that.
There's no looking back.
There's no looking back. But then, in 1990, when I sold my bike, I got 18,500.
Okay.
They had done 3,850 kilometers.
Wow.
I had done Shoram track racing, I had done Coffee 1000, I had done Charmana Rally, I had done Popular Rally, I had done Ashwinag Rally.
Badhiya.
All rallies.
Acha.
No motocrosses.
No races, okay.
So those are there. So till 92 I used to participate in all rallies. So 90 I got married. My marriage was a love marriage, which is against my parents.
Okay.
She was a Mishra from North. I got married to her, and then so till 92 I was participating in rallies. So one day my wife said, I think we are married, no? I said, yes. I got a message. That day I quit riding. Okay. I think from 84 to 92, it's a decent time. Just okay. I'm happy. But then, yes, I got back into my biking again after I lost her to cancer in 2014. I bought my first super bike, which is a Kawasaki Z800. And there's no looking back. Even now, these super bikes are bikes where I'm sure many of you would be seeing on YouTube and everything. People speed at 200 kilometers, and I'm not into that thing. So for me, it's my passion of my riding, enjoying the nature.
Correct.
Passion. So I upgraded from Z8 to Ninja 1000 to a. Currently I've got a Tiger 9-wheel adventure bike and a Ninja 1000 also. I got two bikes. There's no two ways. But I love my passion on those bikes. Plus, so 97 I've got my collection of bikes and cars, which has been there. So when my wife and me used to go for shopping for her dresses, and then I said, Kita, I'll come. At the end of the day, we used to go to a place called Toy World in MG Road. Says, Uncle, the big boy has come. Please
Naya stock aa gaya hai
show him some my big kid has come. So I used to pick up. So I'll never forget that thing. And it was over a period of time correction, and that's my passion.
Wonderful. Bahut.
So that's my this, and mind you, my ex-Wipro colleague about 2 months back, who had come in, who was with me in Dell as one of my associates, Anil Rao, they came in and they gifted me a Lamborghini car. So so these are my small passions, but I love it.
Correct.
And then I don't let anybody touch that.
Bilkul.
I'm very possessive about it.
Yes.
जब तक बोलते हैं ना, I'm not a Shahrukh Khan fan. जब तक है जान, वो मेरी है जान. I'm very clear. तो उसको मैं हाथ नहीं लगाता, तो even I don't let my mates to. So it may be a little dusty, but I personally do it. That's my passion on my biking. Plus, I love to drive. So driving I had done, and my driving is always solo.
Okay.
Biking is always with my group. I'm
Okay.
part of 2-3 biker groups.
अच्छा.
Is there, but driving is solo. I've been doing that thing. So I'm again planning before the peak summer start. I'm planning a South India trip.
Okay.
Let's see
Great.
if that goes, great.
Really wish you all the best for that.
Thanks Aditya.
और सर मैं ये एक चीज जानना चाहता हूँ कि जैसे अभी बहुत से बाइकर्स होते हैं जो राइड पे जाते हैं, यू नो, तो उनसे तो बात नहीं हो पाती, बट एज यू आर वेरी एक्टिव बाइकर एंड यू पार्टिसिपेट इन रैलीज और टूर्स, तो
I used to participate.
अच्छा, यूज्ड टू, ओके, नाउ यू गो फॉर राइड्स ओनली, बट वो क्या खुशी है जो आपको मिलती है बाइक चला के, वो अगर हमारे व्यूअर्स भी समझ पाए कि क्या होता है, मतलब वो महंगी बाइक्स वो.
So Ajinkya, let me tell you one thing, Ajinkya. Basically, you should have that passion.
हाँ.
So people currently, you have a mix of 50-50. There are a mix of 50 people who love only speed.
अच्छा. हाँ.
50 people, person who only love the ride.
Okay.
And see the nature. So I fall in the second path.
Okay.
So I enjoy my ride per se.
हाँ.
No casualties. Enjoy the scenery.
आराम से जाने का, आराम से आने का, देखने का.
Mind you, post me retiring, I've been following a few vloggers.
Okay.
On YouTube, and I'm so engrossed. So in that, there's this female from Delhi, Swati Roja. I will never forget that. That female has done on a Himalayan 450.
Okay.
She has done more than 150,000 kilometers running.
Wow.
As a female.
12 ज्योतिर्लिंग alone.
She's just 25 years old. And
Wow.
she would be hardly 5'5", 5'6".
तो वो तो
then 12 ज्योतिर्लिंग she has done. So it's a big achievement.
passion. हाँ,
It's a passionate achievement. Yeah. So I follow her. So okay, of course. Main thing is why I got more engrossed with her and Deep Ranjan Sachan. He's from Gurgaon. He's working with Engineers India.
अच्छा.
He's got a BMW GS 850. He has been riding big time.
Okay.
So he, Swati, and then another 3-4 friends, they all ride.
Okay.
So Deep Ranjan Sachan is one again person solo ride from Gurgaon to Kanyakumari.
Wow.
He's done solo.
Wow.
And then main thing is he's got technology is such. So he's got 2 GoPros. He's got one Insta. He's got one drone. Swati has also got the same
setup. Achha. हाँ.
Plus they got the DSLR.
Okay.
Okay. So for an individual who doesn't see me, also I've got a GoPro.
हाँ, हाँ.
But then the GoPro doesn't show myself.
Correct. It shows the
only shows the road.
हाँ, right.
And then only at a level.
हाँ.
But then on a drone and Insta, they show from the top. They see other thing. There's something. Now, for example, Deep Ranjan Sachan, he has done the last year monsoon ride. He has done entire Konkan belt of Maharashtra.
Okay.
And I may be an Iyer.
हाँ.
But Konkan belt is very jaan.
Wow.
He has done the entire stretch of Konkan. And man, I know, with the drone.
Everything on camera.
The drone can be ridden, used only when it is stop raining.
अच्छा. हाँ, correct. बारिश में तो use नहीं करते.
Yeah. But then places like Sindhudurg and few other forts and all, that fellow's photography is awesome.
अच्छा.
So, which me, though I'm a biker, I may be very proudly saying biker. That fellow with that drone and Insta and all, when he removes that, I watch him, I will be very proud enough to show you all.
Beautiful.
So I don't know them. I only subscribe to them, and
okay.
Since I retired, I've been watching 2-3 of them.
अच्छा.
They've been doing wonderful things.
So they're taking, मतलब उनका पैशन और आगे लेवल पे ले जा रहे हैं, वो एक्सपीरियंस करा रहे हैं, व्यूअर्स को भी एक्सपीरियंस करा रहे हैं.
Absolutely.
मतलब with the camera. हाँ.
So my own colleagues in affinity, when I was working after retirement and thesis, they are all saying, "Sir, अब भी आप you start your own channel." I said, "Boss, I'm not tech savvy. तेरे को वो सब जानते हैं. I don't want to get into all the things." Then those have got some 3.5 lakh viewers.
Correct.
So I don't know how much 3.5 lakh viewers are there. So in one of the vlogging thing, that fellow says, I'm getting in par from where he is currently earning.
Correct.
He is currently working with Engineers India in Gurgaon.
Okay.
And he is earning equally in par from YouTube.
Correct.
And then there are a lot of those companies, like now this female Swati, she did Para Jyotirling.
It's not a
10,000 kilometers is not a joke.
Not a joke.
She got a Sonica, some DSLR, some DX or something. She got the top end very camera, yeah.
Wonderful.
So these are something which is motivating me. So now post retirement, for me, I can watch Netflix, Amazon Prime, JioStar, enough number of channels, and I can watch serious movies and all. But then, for me, these are something which keeps me very motivated.
Correct.
Now, for example, Deep Ranjan Sachin is doing Manali now.
Acha.
Before that, he did the entire South India trip solo.
Acha.
These are something which is, that passion will be there.
तो
जब तक है जान, I'm not a शाहरुख खान fan, but जब तक है जान, that's my punchline. जब तक है जान चलेगा.
तो आप भी सोच रहे हैं कि आप भी आपके वीडियोस शूट करेंगे कुछ बिगर लेवल पे, कुछ यूट्यूब चैनल
नहीं, so Ajinkya, frankly speaking, I would love that, and all my friends are motivating me.
Okay.
But as I said, I'm not that tech savvy.
नहीं तो वो तो देखा जाता.
So I don't know.
Okay. No, only if you are interested.
So now, for example, this mic which you give me. So many are saying, sir, you start up with this mic and then at least start talking, no?
Correct.
But then मैं बोला भैया ये कौन सा mic लेने का मालूम नहीं, कैसे कनेक्ट करने का, I don't know. Yeah, I'm very upfront on that.
नहीं बिल्कुल.
मैं क्यों झूठ बोलूं? मैं सब जानता हूँ. I don't use any raw languages.
Correct.
But मैं नहीं जानता नहीं. तो अभी आप लोग ने माइक लगा के दिया, it's so nice.
Right.
So yeah, something which first let me understand something. So when I retired also, Salin D'Souza and some of my colleagues in Affinity, they said, Taki, you love to drive and ride. So why don't you start your own?
Correct. Share your experience with others as well. मतलब वही है.
So digital marketing is a company which is basically into things like newspaper ads, which is designing. Then you talk about research and printing, they do that. Embroidery, this and all. Then also digital, like LinkedIn and other things, they do that.
Okay.
So they said, why don't you get in connect with some of the colleagues and basics. So there's one guy called Girish who was, sir, I'll help you. But I never bothered. So somewhere it is so I would blame myself. There's something which is, I'm very open. I'm
वो तो ultimately choice की बात है. मतलब whenever आपको जब
it's not matter of choice. So somewhere it's laziness. I would say. I'm very open. Nothing.
कोई नहीं. बट सर एक बाइकिंग के ऊपर हमारी जो बात चल रही है उसमें एक मेरा ऑब्जर्वेशन जो रहा है या मुझे जो बात खटकती है, अननेसेसरली स्पीडिंग करके जो लोग जाते हैं, दैट इज वेरी
that's what which I so that in the current scenario, see, Ajinkya, let me tell you one thing. Even when I was my current biker group friends age, speed was one thing, but those days traffic is on the lower side.
Correct.
Today traffic is not what it was.
Correct.
So when I used to do Pune, Kolhapur in 3 hours, 10 minutes and 20 minutes.
Okay.
I can't imagine that today. You trying that now, by what, yaar? Putting how many people at this, including yourself?
Correct.
Fine. So please accept the fact that gone are the days. And those biker friends have not known the timings of those days.
Correct.
So don't try also. Enjoy a ride. Enjoy the scenario. Enjoy when I go for my rides on Sunday, it is breakfast rides.
Correct.
Nashta is I'm very fixed. So I got a typical Maharashtrian mentality. Though I'm an Iyer, एक मिसल पाव, 2 वड़ा पाव, एक चाय. Bas. I mean, realize. There I don't go and eat omelette and dosa and idli. So that तो मैं घर पे बनाता हूँ यार. मैं 5 दिन तो वही चालू रहता है. उधर आके मैं किधर ऑमलेट इमलेट खाने का, तो एक दिन से थोड़ी तरह गुड बिकम some 200 kilos. छोड़ो. So that's why I'm saying. So my main thing is leave apart everything, but I'm just telling my current generation. So guys,
ride safely.
Enjoy your rides. You'll enjoy your ride.
Bilkul.
I've enjoyed my ride. Friends, please, in the current scenario, all super bikes. No, you may say what I have ridden way back in 84, 85, 86 and all, maybe a different thing. That time traffic is less. But in the current scenario, traffic is on the higher side, and with so many diversions, traffic, metro work going on and all. So enjoy your rides and drives. Even for people who drive also. Because even when I go for my drives, I'm very particular.
Safety is the first priority. मतलब वही होना चाहिए.
Absolutely. Let's understand one thing. Today, all my friends, biker friends or four-wheeler friends, all are having family members back home.
Correct.
The family members are waiting for them.
उसका safety, others safety on the road. That is the मतलब वो सबसे पहले होना चाहिए. Drive carefully, responsibly.
So they can't talk of way back in 85, 86. मेरे टाइम में तो when I used to ride my RX-100, I used to do Australian rally which was 965 kilometers.
Okay.
I used to leave Nehru Stadium in the morning at 10 a.m. And I used to come back next day early morning at 3 a.m.
Wow.
But those days, and mind you, those days there's no aux lamps, nothing. RX-100 का headlamp जो था ना, it was like a very candlelight. उसमें चलाने का.
उसमें था.
So there's something. So technology has changed. So technology has changed. Take the advantage of that technology part. Talk of things like ABS, disc brakes, everything. Enjoy it.
Technology.
So my only request to all and suggestion to all my advice to all my biker friends is enjoy your bike ride.
Correct.
That's all.
That is what is most important. Bike कोई भी हो, you just need to feel that happiness while you ride the bike. See the places around you, explore the new places that you haven't been there. मतलब जब कोई आप गए नहीं हो जहाँ पे, वो enjoy करना और वो experience अंदर लेना is.
Absolutely, I totally agree.
Great. तो सर आप upcoming या फिर existing sales people and BPO में working people के लिए क्या एक
So for all my sales colleagues, I would suggest who are there, please upgrade yourself.
Okay.
Don't live in the brick and mortar industry, which I was in the brick and mortar industry.
Okay.
ठीक है. Today, those days, we never had an opportunity to make phone calls. Bhaiya, I got this product. That days was not there. We had to actually personally go and meet.
Okay.
One-on-one sales. So I would want you to upgrade. If you can manage to meet the customers will start believing you.
Exactly.
I know you may say it's not possible, but guys, I'm sure every organization gives you some traveling allowance. So if you can make it, great.
Okay.
In the BPO world, I would suggest to all my friends, please upgrade yourself.
Okay.
Because AI is becoming a big time, big. See, I tell you, during my days, 2000 May, what was that one big fever which has started off was zero, this or something, they had started off. So it has become a big fever.
Okay.
But today, I would suggest to all my BPO or IT colleagues, if you don't upgrade yourself, you are lost in the market.
Correct. Correct.
Nobody will touch you. If not you, if not Prakash, Ajinkya or Satak will upgrade themselves and they'll move it.
Correct.
So you can't be cursing that, अरे यार हम तीनों एक जैसे ही है, क्या फर्क पड़ा है?
नहीं.
Yeah, the two of them have upgraded themselves.
Correct.
But Prakash, as an idiot, had upgraded himself. He thought, make chalayga. They've upgraded themselves. So upgrading themselves is, I'm sure, yeah, today media and Google is so strong.
हाँ.
Can upgrade yourself, yeah.
बहुत आसानी से. Yes.
That is my request to all my current generation people.
Okay. And आपका ओवरऑल अभी तक जितना एक्सपीरियंस रहा है और आपने अभी तक लाइफ में जो भी कुछ फेस किया है, उसको एक समरी के हिसाब से अगर आप बताना चाहें कि हाउ कैन यू बी हैप्पी इन लाइफ, या फिर हाउ वन कैन लिव एन आइडियल लाइफ. मतलब हर किसी की अलग अलग होती है लाइफ, बट एक यू नो मिडिल वे ऑफ इट की.
Ajinkya, I think you asked the right question. Okay. So many of my friends will say, ये बंदा तो 1947 का पुराना जमाने का आदमी है. Okay, accepted. But then I worked with the current generation Z also. Okay. So keeping both in mind, one thing is you have to upgrade yourself.
Correct.
Okay. Another thing is you have to put in your commitment. Once you decide this industry, get into the depth of that thing.
Okay.
If you don't get into the depth of that, you're lost.
Okay.
तूने तो और सही. If Prakash doesn't upgrade himself, Ajinkya will upgrade himself.
Correct.
And he'll move on. Then you can't be blaming the organization. As Ajinkya is in the same industry, he has upgraded himself by getting the depth of it.
Correct.
So there are times, if I have to say, a time where I myself have not upgraded myself in certain aspects. So it's not been a success story also. Some areas which I have not upgraded myself. In those areas, if I had upgraded myself, yes, probably I would have gone ahead in life. I would have been today a CEO or a CEO.
Right.
And then I did not upgrade myself. Probably I got into a comfort zone. I thought, ठीक है यार, चल रहे हो. चलता attitude. Where I worked Delhi in sales. So in Delhi में चलता attitude was very high. I hope now current Delhi is nothing against North area, but then Delhi वालों, hope I don't have this chalta attitude. That's my biggest thing. Whereas if you talk of West and South, they are people who slog it out.
Exactly.
It's not because I'm from South. I'm not from South. I only have an Iyer surname, brand name. But I'm born in Pune.
Pune, yes. But ठीक है, politics को बाजू में रखते हैं. But
politics
it was a wonderful meeting or a wonderful podcast with you. Knowing,
thanks, Ajinkya. I really love you because it's been long time it has been awaited.
Yes, sir.
For some reason or the other, it has been getting postponed this time. I'm sure that I will be there. Thanks a lot, for you all coming and taking my views. 50%, 60%, people may digest it. 50-60% they can throw it out of the window. I'm not bothered. But that's me.
Sir, बहुत thank you. आपने time निकाल के
Thanks, Ajinkya, Satak, and Eman. I want to really thank all three of you all because this has been long pending. I'll never forget this.
It's always a pleasure to learn from you.
Thanks.